Hi there and welcome back to Average Wine Consumer. Although today we don't seem to be very average, we're on a boat. If you haven't already realised, we're based in Cambridge, so we thought what better way to do a grim kind of cold but still very sunny and lovely January day than sit on a boat mid-afternoon, drink some wines and explain to you my top 5 wines of January. Okay? You see I've got a glass of red, but I'm going to get to that later. It's just a little bit cold and I need something to warm myself up with. But actually, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain my favourite wines of January, what I've been drinking this month and what I think is really good. Anyway, okay? So to start off with, the old classic, the old favourite. You've probably seen this quite a lot recently in our videos because I keep going on about it. But this is a Fizz. This is my go-to Fizz at the moment. I've been drinking absolutely masses of this stuff. It's incredible. It retails at about £16 a bottle. It's lovely. It's the Rive Blanc Blanquette de Limoux. I've explained in other videos and in our Fizz video as well about what this wine is, but just very quickly, it's 100% Malzac grown in the south of France. It's just a classic champagne style wine made not in Champagne. Okay, it spends a year on its lees. It's bone dry. It's a zero dosage, so I've gone on about this before, but it's got no liquor added to it, so it's no sugar. It's bone dry. It's as dry as they get. It's just a lovely, easy sipper. And I think after those kind of like New Year's blues, when you've done yourself silly with champagne, but you still want to drink something incredibly and fizzy, but not feel like you're doing yourself over, because as we all know, drinking too much wine will give you a bit of a belly. Take away the sugar, and you can drink even more of it without having to worry. So I say this is my top fizzy wine, anyway, of January so far. And I think it's absolutely incredible. Moving on, I've got a white to show. Although I've not been drinking much white, this is kind of my go-to white for this season. It's Fabrizio Vella Bianco Organico, so this is actually an orange wine. It's got sediment inside of it, so if we swirl it around, you should be able to see kind of bits and bobs floating about in the wine. The reason why I've chosen to show this wine is it's Sicilian to begin with, and you might go, why am I showing a Sicilian wine? Well, it's 100% Caturrato. I don't really know the name of the grape variety, but what I find from this wine is every single time I've opened this up and I've gone to drink it, it's almost like having summer in a bottle. It's fresh, it's vibrant, it's fruity, it's citrus, it's everything you take with summer, kind of that summery vibes wine, but drinking it in the middle of winter when it's absolutely freezing, just dreaming of sunnier days. So this would be my January Blues pick-me-up wine, and also because it's organic, biodynamically farmed, I think it's also actually vegan off the top of my head, it's a very lovely, easy-going drinking wine, low sulphides, so for those of you who think that sulphides are the be-all end-all of life, it's a good one to drink, although I'd say it's probably the sugar that ruins you rather than gives you bad hangovers rather than the sulphides. But this is my go-to for this month, summery white, dreaming of summertime anyway. That's why we've got the lovely sun today. Next up, I'm going to go on to a red wine, okay? And tell you what, I'll start with the bigger of the two reds, and this is the Lopez de Haro, and this is a Reserva, so it's a Rioja Reserva from 2016, okay? What's weird about this, and the reason why I've chosen this is just kind of like a big, bold, very luscious. It spends 20 months in barrel, so you get that lovely oaky kind of finish to it, which is almost like a leathery undertone to the wine, which is big, deep, rich and red, which is absolutely lovely. Okay, if most people don't know about Rioja in general, it's a region in Spain, down in the south of Spain. Hot climate. The main base grape variety you're going to find here is Tempranillo. That's the base grape variety in all Riojas. This wine, however, is a blend of Tempranillo and Graciano, but you can also have others in there. It's just whatever they choose to pick. But usually on Reservas, you'll only see like 1 to 2 different grape varieties. The difference between a Crianza Reserva, Gran Reserva, if you see that on the label of a Rioja, is that just goes on how long it's spent in an oak barrel. Okay, so this being a Reserva, but not a Gran Reserva, they say it's spent up to 20 months in an oak barrel. A good way to check if a Rioja is actually what it kind of says, if it's a Reserva, Gran Reserva or a Crianza, is turn the bottle over, and what you see on the back is you get the kind of the mark of the DO of Rioja. Okay, they're all color coded. From the top of my head, Crianza is green, Reserva's kind of this maroon, then it goes blue after that. And it goes up in these different colours. I can't remember off the top of my head which ones they are, but if you see this mark, it's just kind of a seal from the government going, it is a Rioja, it's been made within the restrictions of Rioja. It's absolutely lovely. Reason why I've picked this wine, it's a warming wine. If you're feeling cold, you're feeling down on the day and you want something a little bit bigger to drink, rather than something soft and light and easy going, you just crack a bottle of this, get back and drink it. Also, another good thing about this wine is you don't have to finish it all in one day, because it's spent time in oak barrel and it's already got that kind of like characteristics, but it's been in contact with a slight bit of oxygen, where it's oxygen sleep through the barrel. You can open this wine and come back to it in a day, 2 days time, and if anything, it's just going to get better. So it's the perfect January wine. If you're trying to watch the amount you are drinking, you can crack a bottle of this open and have it going for 2-3 days, and if anything, it's just going to get better. So this is my kind of go-to red, well, bigger red anyway, for the January months. Next up, well, the final red anyway, is the Plantagenet 3 Lions Pinot Noir. This for me is my go-to Pinot Noir across the board. Okay, so it's an Australian Pinot Noir, 13.5% ABV. It's everything you want from a New World Pinot. Okay, so it's not in the style of a Burgundy where you're getting that kind of like floor. It's spent loads of time in an oak barrel. It's really kind of, you get that like mushroomy taste almost at the end of it. This is quite a vibrant, big and bold Pinot, but it's not just loads of fruit and loads like that kind of mushroomy taste. I said it's not loads of fruit though in your face as some New World Pinot Noirs are, but instead it's just a little bit lighter, a little bit easier going, but still with a bit of body to it. So it's a medium bodied wine. It's not a light bodied wine. It's not soft as anything. It's not a really easy drinker, but it kind of carries its weight, but it's light enough that you could see off a bottle in an evening and not have to worry about it. So this is my, yet again, kind of an almost dreaming of summertime wine. It's just light and fruity and easy going, so it makes you want to drink lots of it. And this is my red pick. So finally, I decided actually not to chuck in a wine, because although we are the average wine consumer as the channel, it's not just wine that I drink. I am an alcoholic and like to drink other things as well. So I've chosen to show, it seems as we're in Cambridge, we're on a boat, no better, but this actually, funnily enough, this is the Cambridge Distillery Japanese gin, and this has been a great drink of mine this month, because luckily for me where I work, the Cambridge Distillery sent us a sample bottle of every single gin they make, including one of these, and it disappeared within the first month of January, because it's a very lovely drink. I'd recommend drinking this on the ice, slimline tonic, no garnish. That's all you need. Well, not slimline, but the Fever Tree Naturally Light. It's absolutely incredible. Then here in its natural habitat, we have a man trying to push a boat. We, on the other hand, have our very professional pusher, Roman, at the back of the boat, our king of Scudamores. He's going to push us alongside the river this day. Why is it Japanese? You might be thinking, we're in Cambridge. Well, a lot of the kind of botanicals in it are Japanese base of origin. So you've got things like yuzu, you've got different teas, things like that they use inside of the gin, and that's what gives it its botanicals. They're the botanicals they're using to brew it down. The majority of the botanicals used in this, even those that are Japanese, are actually grown in and around Cambridge, because we have our lovely botanical gardens here where some of them can be grown, but some of them are imported as well into Cambridge. This gin is just a perfect, crisp, easy drinker. If you're one of those people, you're saying, I'm trying to go on a diet for January, I'm trying to have less sugar, have less whatever, this is perfect. You do this with a slimline tonic, you're having pretty much nothing. It's healthy for you, if anything. So I'd recommend drinking lots of it over this month, just to really look after that fitness and look after that key thing of health, because as we all know, alcohol is the medicine of the soul. But yeah, so these are my 5 drinks of January, my top 5. Hopefully we plan to do one of these every month, and I will do a different 5 wines, or a spirit, or a beer maybe, just depending on what I've been drinking of that month. Yeah, well, hope you guys enjoyed. Do remember to like and subscribe to The Average Wine Consumer. I'm Christian. If you've got any questions, you want us to do a video on something else, please do just let us know down in the comments. Thank you very much.